Welcome into the LFC transfer room. Early morning for myself in the States, about a midday kickoff in the UK. Glad you're with us here today ahead of the match between Liverpool and Fulham. Myself, Jack, joined by Chedu and Chris here today, about an hour ahead of kickoff. Gentlemen, how are we feeling? 5 matches lost in a row at Anfield. Can we break it?
Boys, I wish I had positivity today, but all the positivity was drained out of me the other day. If you offer me a draw now, I will take it. And it sounds extremely negative, but give it to me right now so we don't have 6 in a row.
Oh, I'm just looking at a tweet from James Pierce about the lineups. I'm typing them in so you can see them on your screen. It is.
I just looked at it.
Sweet. Chedu, talk us through your thoughts.
I think I'm with Chris with the draw here. I mean, Nico Williams, Rhys Williams.
No, I'm not having disrespect on number 76. That boy's got potential, but anyway.
Okay, yeah, but I genuinely don't know what I'm looking at. I mean, I think it's actually good in a way because our players do need a break. And Jota's starting. That's a plus. Firmino's on the bench.
All right.
Keita's starting too. I mean, that's pretty good. I think defensively we might struggle a little bit, but I like the fact that that Klopp's actually making changes. 4-2-3-1-2. I think that's pretty good.
Firmino out with an injury. You're going to have both Williams in defense. Trent out. Can't tell if that's because of.
He's on the bench. He's on the bench.
He's on the bench. Okay.
Yeah, he's on the bench.
So, Wijnaldum, Milner, Keita as the midfield trio. 3 of the back 4's changed. Shaqiri and Jota in the front 3. Chris, how are you feeling about that?
Mate, to be honest, it's refreshing. I personally, a lot of slander has been put towards Rhys Williams. I still think the lad's got big potential. He's just young and he's raw. It's the same with Kabak. We've got Nico Williams, who I think is an excellent right back anyway, and he's again been disrespected a lot. Nat Phillips is back in the side. The only thing I worry about with those 2 defenders is pace. Wijnaldum, Milner, Keita allows Keita to get forward a lot more. So I back that. Shaq Salah Jota. Now I don't know whether it will be 4-2-3-1 or it'll be 4-3-3. But I hope it's 4-2-3-1. Oh, you could even say it would be the diamond again, with Wijnaldum at the base, Milner and Shaqiri on each side, with Keita at the top of the diamond, with Salah and Jota up front. I really like that team, to be honest. I think Curtis Jones has been a little bit hard done by. I'm channeling my inner Matty here, but to be honest, I'm not worried. I'm actually quite refreshed by that team. I'm feeling a new age of positivity.
Let us know in the comments your thoughts on the team. We're seeing some. So I want to raise Ben Davies, the first guy. Has he made the bench, Chris?
No, he's not. The bench is Adrian, Fabinho, Thiago, Mane, Ox, Jones, Tsimikas, Origi, and Trent. So it's a lot of options.
Yeah, well, that is a better bench than we have seen in recent weeks, even without Firmino due to the injury. But I can't tell if Davies is doing wrong in the fact that he's not fit or if he is just not favored by Klopp because he's not ready.
I mean, he was always going to be that kind of transfer that would be a profit transfer more than anything else. And the only way I can actually see him play is if even our youngsters get injured. I think he prefers playing our kids than Ben Davies himself. Yeah.
It's fine with me, mate. I love Rhys Williams. I think he's excellent. So I'm not worried about him at all. Same with Nat. See, I do back them. But the only worry is for Fulham, if they've got Josh Maja up front, they'll probably. I mean, in the air, he's not going to win anything, but it all depends. So have we got anything from Fulham?
Yes, I'll pull that up right now. I'm not quite sure what the formation is going to look like, but this is the players that shall be playing. It's going to include Decordova Reed, their leading goal scorer. Josh Maja is going to be in the lineup. Lamina Lookman. Reed, I believe some midfield like that.
So basically they've got Reed and Maja up top, which is fine with me because they're short and nippy, so they're probably targeting Phillips and Williams. They were probably expecting someone else. So look, it's going to be it's going to be difficult for us, for them to cope with it, but it's a big test for these lads. Don't forget, Reece Williams has been up against the likes of Harry Kane, Heung-min Son as well, and performed excellently. So please, we've got to get behind the two of them today because they're just young lads.
I think it is going to be interesting how they handle.
Oh, that's true.
Because you got UCL in just a few days. So I like so much from Anthony because I think there is an element of rotation to it. It's not just purely Klopp wants to kick everyone in the pants. It is, I think, a lot of well, actually, there is some need for some change because of rotation, be fresh. So yeah, I'm excited to see how this team plays, mainly because it's going to give a rest to Mane and Firmino, who look really in need of one. And I love Keita.
100%.
I'm really excited to see Keita play because what we lacked in that last match against Fulham was creativity from the center because we're not beating the Fulham center backs in the air. They're better than our forwards at that. And we're not going to try that, I don't think, because Jota and Shaqiri are not the greatest in the air. So I think we're going to have to we're going to be forced to play through the middle. Having Keita and Shaqiri is going to be great at that. We underestimated Fulham last time 100%. I agree with this from Matty. And so
I remember Joachim Andersen had an absolute worldie against us at their place at Craven Cottage. You know, they're not a bad side. Scott Parker's got them playing, you know, decent football. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Firmino was actually fit and he was just being taken out of the limelight because recently he has been like nothing short of awful. And I love the man and I can't say anything different to that. And he's not brought either the work rate or the scoring that apparently he doesn't need to bring. But it's frustrating, and maybe Klopp's just taking him out the limelight a bit.
Yeah, let's talk a bit more about this lineup as well. I'm seeing some very mixed reactions on the timeline on Twitter between what is this and I'm really excited for this. People frustrated that if Davies exists or not. How confident, especially looking at also how Fulham are lined up, how are we feeling? How confident are we in a result?
I genuinely don't know how to feel confidence-wise because I mean, again, I don't want this is not slandering like any other youngsters, but I mean, I have a full confidence in Ned Phillips. I personally think at this point it's fair to say. Reece Williams, he's been good, but he's been seen to have a bit of the defensive problem at times. Same with Nico, but apart from that, I think I like the change. I think it's a necessary change. Players need to rest. We need to show that we're not like the same thing over and over again when we lose, but shake up the tactics and see what can change and if we can actually win by doing something else than just 4-3-3 crosses right, left, and center. You know, so. I am interested to see what's going to happen, but I'm not the most confident person ever. I still think we're going to pull away with a win, hopefully, but yeah.
Yeah, so we got some very contrasting opinions. Sacco, optimism. We got Matty, bit of pessimism, and then we got Sean with just the sheer.
What I will say to the people who are being negative about our team today is that it hasn't worked playing a strong team in the last 6 games at home. So why not just shake it up and change it? We can't get any worse. We haven't got any worse in our history. We may as well just go and, you know, give the kids a chance and give the rotation players a chance because I genuinely back them more than our first teamers at the moment, especially Anfield.
I've just seen a tweet from Richie, one of our writers here at LFC Transfer Room on the timeline saying center backs playing center back. And I'm excited to see that as well. Only thing that's
true. That's a plus.
I would have liked to see Fabinho in the midfield. I've missed seeing him there, but I'm just hoping that this means that he's going to play there in the Champions League against Leipzig. Because if we have a midfield of Thiago, Fabinho, Wijnaldum in the Champions League with maybe a fit Firmino again, some mixture of Jota in there somewhere, I'd be very confident in the second leg of the Champions League. So I think we forget sometimes that this team there's been so little rotation from Klopp, especially last season, and they just kind of trudged through. And I'm not going to say that the knee injuries to Van Dijk or Gomez are a result of overplaying, but there are injuries in the squad because of that. I wouldn't be surprised if Firmino was a result of that. So I'm glad to see the players getting a rest and we're getting some different guys out there. So I'm confident, optimistically, especially after 5 losses at Anfield. So.
That's given me much more optimism, that team, than the team did on Thursday. if I'm being honest with you. And I was more thinking we would beat Chelsea than beat Fulham. But to be honest, I think just a little bit of youthful exuberance and a little bit of freshness has been really needed. We've started the same midfield three for the last, well, God knows how long. But I believe that may be the 30th central defensive and goalkeeper partnership we've had this season.
Yeah.
So that is unreal.
You have to deal without your guy Trent in the lineup today. But Reece Williams, how are we feeling about? They're going to play a high line probably because we're going to dominate possession. So against Maja, that kind of is he going to be beat for pace? Is he going to be a problem with the back line? How are you guys feeling about that?
I feel like Reece Williams is a little bit of a hit or miss at times. I think he has had his moments of brilliance, and as I said before, he's also had his defensive problems. Especially again, as you said, pace wise, he's probably going to get beaten. But like if he can, concentrate throughout the entire 90 minutes quite well, I think he can. I think it's going to be decent. I don't really know what to say because defensive problems can happen at any point to any defender. But I think you know what, I'll believe in him and I'll trust him to do well. And if he doesn't, then move on to the next game. Hopefully, he does better next time.
Yeah. So Trent,
sorry, mate. Can I just jump in, Jack? Okay, I've just seen a tweet from Meg. It's Meg Statham. She's a really, really good account. Actually, she does talk a lot of sense. And she said, hopefully this is a massive kick up the backside for the players that have been dropped. Not a single one of them is bigger than the club, and none of them should be guaranteed a starting place. That is absolutely right. Fair enough. And I encourage everyone to go and follow Meg on Twitter. She's really, really good.
There's a lot of people disliking it in the replies to the Liverpool tweet announcing the lineup, saying Klopp's ready for a 6th loss at Anfield. But I agree with you. These are Premier League footballers. They're Liverpool footballers. They deserve a chance. And I agree with Lee on this, that I think Nico, I don't want to say he's better defensively than Trent, but I think he's more comfortable sitting back. If Klopp tells Nico, all right, kids, stay back, don't let us get burnt in the right back slot, he's going to listen a lot more than Trent will, I think. So having Robertson and Nico a bit more reserved in the defense may be
If
better.
I'm being honest, I also think that the absence of Davis could be in preparation for future seasons. The likelihood of Ben Davis playing in long term for Liverpool is short. It's not likely. The likelihood of Reece Williams or Nathaniel Phillips playing is a lot more likely. So maybe it's sort of like, well, this season's not likely. If they can go out and perform well, then maybe they can guarantee their place in the future.
Yeah. I'm really confused in the Davies situation because I agree with this comment. He said he's fit and available. So why is he not on the team? Obviously, there probably is deeper things. Knowing us, probably got a knock getting on the bus to Anfield today. But I don't know. I'm too optimistic considering I've been hurt so badly by this team in the last few matches. But I think that we have the full 11 down there. Danger men for them. Decordova Reed, their leading goal scorer, as a right wing back. What threats do you think they'll pose? Because you talked about it a bit earlier. Anything else you're looking at?
Yeah, they've got some really talented players in there. Obviously, when they first came up into the Premier League 2 seasons ago, they spent a lot of money and they didn't spend it cleverly. This season, they've spent some money, but they haven't overspent like they did before. They've got a really, really talented goalkeeper in Alphonse Areola. Joachim Andersen has done really, really well since he's come in. Ada Aboyo was excellent in the Championship for them. Ivan Cavallero, he helped Wolves and Fulham come up from the Championship. He scored, I believe, he played excellently at Anfield when Wolves beat us in the FA Cup at home. And who can forget, obviously, Maja, who's come in and done brilliantly for them. So, look, they've got a lot of threats all over the pitch, and we can't underestimate them just looking at the table because they've got, I think the Premier League this season, the table, people say the table doesn't lie. I think it does because teams like Brighton shouldn't be where they are. Fulham shouldn't be where they are. Even the likes of, maybe like there's such a little gap between some of the things. I think they're such a good side, and we have got to be wary.
I agree with you on that they shouldn't be where they are. But also, are they better than 3 Premier League teams, 4 Premier League teams?
For me,
I struggle to see anybody besides maybe Newcastle that is ahead of them.
West Brom, Newcastle, in my opinion, Burnley, Sheffield United, even like Burnley somehow scrape Premier League football every year. I can't stand them. I'd much rather a team come up and play like Fulham than at least try and win football matches, even though they try and do that. But you know what? I genuinely think there's a lot of threats over the Fulham. Around Fulham's team. So
yeah, I know we're sticking on Davies a lot, but this is exactly how I feel about it. Like, when do you see Davies playing this season if it's not today? Chedu, I mean, this will be the last Davies talk, and then I promise I'll move on from my favorite player, I guess. But Chedu, last kind of mention on Davies being out, and is there another time this season you see him playing?
Listen, Davis is not going again. Davis for me was a pure financial move. Buy him for $2 million, played for Liverpool. You're gonna sell him for more. That's just guaranteed. I think he was always going to be. He was always going to be a type of player of if everyone and I mean every single other player that can play center back is out, you can play. Yeah. That's the kind of player.
I think Chedu's getting rid of the
He's frozen in time because he's so shocked about it. Look, I've just seen another tweet saying, I can't believe it's March and we still have Reece and Nico Williams playing. Like, look, we all are in that sort of boat, but we have to back them, boys. We have to back them today. It's because they're young lads and they've got potential, both of them. Especially Nico Williams for me, and he needed more football this season, and he would have got it with a crowd. I think with a crowd, he would have got more game time. When he played last season against Everton and in the 5-5 against Arsenal, he was excellent, if not one of our best players in those games, as well as the Shrewsbury game. Don't forget, he crossed the ball in, got headed in. This is a different test. This is Fulham. This is in front of no crowd. There's more. In fact, I'd say there's more pressure in front of no crowd than there is if there is in front of a lot of crowd, because you know that there are people giving you that abuse, but you can't hear it. If that makes sense. So listen, I really truly am back. We have to back them today. We have to be positive, because otherwise we'll get stuck in this endless stream of negativity that we have been in the last 12 weeks.
I mean, the counter argument is, what have they done to deserve the optimism? I'm not going to slate them. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm not going to support them. I'm not going to wear the badge and be excited to watch them, but they haven't really done much to deserve it. Like our sport.
Well, what have the other team done to deserve it? What have the first team done? Realistically, in the last few weeks, if we're going off that, I think every Liverpool team, even ones with Joe Cole and Paul Konchesky in the team, deserve our support and our optimism. And anyone who doesn't try and give that positivity isn't supporting a team. Look, we can all confront our issues, and we all have issues with it, but like, keep them in your mind until after the game if they make an actual problem. Like, judging a game off paper, we all know is completely wrong.
Yeah. Get your score predictions in the comments. Lee calling a 2-1 win a bit earlier on. Let us know how you feel score-wise, what your prediction is. I believe we have Chedu back with some proper internet.
Yeah, my power cut out. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, we were just talking about a bit of the pessimistic view of things. Well, next few matches, we have back-to-back 3-0s, both from Anthony on Tube and from Darsh on Twitter. But keep letting us know what predictions you believe are going to be coming in, and we'll give you our own before we wrap up here in the next 10-15 minutes. After this, you have Leipzig on Wednesday. You got Wolves next Monday. You got Arsenal after that, Villa after that, Leeds after that, Newcastle after that. There's a lot of opportunities for points, I think. And there's going to be a lot of rotation, I think, in the next few weeks, because in my eyes, it's Champions League is the focus and try and scrape top 4. So if you can get that out of this season, top 4, and a decent run in the Champions League, then I'm giving Klopp a 10-year extension.
By the way, can we just make a massive shout out before we start on? I'll take it away from Liverpool for a second. did anyone see the reception that Steven Gerrard got yesterday in Rangers?
No.
And then he celebrated at the thing. So at the moment, Celtic and Dundee United, I believe, are drawing. So if that actually continues, then Rangers will win their first title in a long, long while. Number 55, I believe. So yeah, massive shout out to Stevie G. What a wonderful job he's done over there.
63rd minute. It is
0-0.
Yeah, so we just guaranteed a goal for Celtic right there. Apologies, Rangers fans. I mean, that I don't want to say the title's a shoo-in, but it's a lot like us last.
Oh, it is.
Where it's a case of when we got back from lockdown, we didn't have to play a single match. We could have forfeited every single one and still win the league by 2 points from where we had been. So they are just a tap in away from. This is a 0.99 XG chance, and it's not guaranteed.
And if they do draw today and they do win the league, then Celtic will have to give them a guard of honour at Celtic Park, which is going to be absolutely embarrassing for them if anyone knows the stuff going on between those two. But yeah, sorry to take it away, but well done, Steven Gerrard, for that.
We have a 1-1 prediction here. We have a 1-0 prediction. Before we go into our guesses, odds on a clean sheet.
No, not happening. When was the last time we got a clean sheet at home?
Man United, I believe.
Yes.
Oh, that's true. Actually, that's the game right before we lost. But yeah,
Jack
I doubt it's happening.
It's the third Paul brother. We got Logan Paul. Paul,
shit.
Jake Paul, Jack Paul. Any of the Pauls.
2-0 to who? 2-0 to who, Jack? Are you going for Fulham or are you going for Liverpool? I'm assuming Liverpool because it's Liverpool channel, but. No, yeah, I'm unsure. He's angry with us. I don't know. I'm unsure how great I feel about this.
Spar me, Jack. Spar me.
Oh, you want to? All right. When I come to the UK.
Right, let's carry on with our spot prediction.
Yeah, no. I'm kind of optimistic of a clean sheet. Actually, Fulham are not going to be easy, but I think that we've got Phillips, which actually gives me a bit of confidence because he hasn't really put a foot wrong. So I can't tell if Chedu's all right.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry.
Okay. I was afraid it was going to be a loss of Chedu part 2. I couldn't handle losing him again. Phillips gives me a lot more confidence than I think other center backs do for Liverpool, except for like Virgil and Matip and Gomez. But those guys are may they rest in peace. But yeah. Guesses on scores, guys. Chedu?
I think a 2-1 win for us. I guess as I said, can't see us keeping a clean sheet. I think Jota and Naby coming back to the side is going to be big, and especially ahead of the Leipzig game. I think it's going to be really, really important for them to get game time. But yeah, 2-1 win for us.
I think
hopefully.
My guy Jack is getting sparred. Look at him. Yeah, I agree with Bill. Mate, this is difficult. In terms of before the game, I'd have taken a draw. Since I've seen the team, I've been inflated with positivity, and that usually happens.
That's surprising, actually, Chris, because a lot of other people are having different reactions. I mean, they're feeling pessimistic after seeing the lineup.
Well, yeah. Well, what have they done? They probably felt optimistic when they've seen the lineup that has lost 5 home games in a row. So
exactly,
like what can go wrong? In my opinion, we can't go any lower, so we may as well try something different. My prediction is Liverpool 3, Fulham 1.
I agree with this comment spot on. I think just all this negative energy about this defensive lineup is just going to be completely vindicated for the wrong reasons. I think a 2-0. It's going to be, I think, similar to the Sheffield United match where Liverpool maybe slow out the gates, but if they are, if they don't concede one of the few chances they'll give up, then they'll come into the match gradually and get towards it. But I go back and forth on whether or not I should be optimistic or just really afraid of this because we can't lose 5 straight at home. We can't lose 5 straight at home.
No. I've just seen Chuckle. I've just seen Chuckle 501's comment, and it makes me happy. I think we went past it, but Naby Light is starting. I'm so happy. I might cry. I might cry as well, bro. I'm happy as well.
He is my favorite player. In the intro video for the LFC Transfer Room YouTube channel, I said Naby is my favorite player because he's just such a different guy. He is something we don't have anybody else.
He's different gravy, bro.
Different gravy, exactly. Predictions and goal scorers, actually. This other
Ooh, go on, Chuckle, lad.
He's getting better questions than I am.
I know, bro. Yeah, get on the channel, Chuckle.
You want to take Jack's spot?
Yeah. For goal scorers, I've gone 3-1 in it. So I think Maja will score for Fulham, and I think that Salah will score 2, and Diogo Jota will score 1. So it'll be Liverpool 3, Fulham 1.
Chedu, you had 2-1, correct?
Yeah. I'm gonna say. You know what? Just because I like him so much, I'm gonna say Jota 2. 2 goals from Jota.
I would love to see that. Did I ever give a prediction?
No, you didn't.
No idea.
Oh no, you did. You did. You said 2-0. I'm sorry, 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0. Yeah. Before I do my guesses, this is exactly why I don't want to lose 6 in a row. Because people are just going to post that GIF of Klopp counting to 6, and they're like, "How many?"
Oh my god!
Yes.
Think of that. Oh no!
And I'm just going to hate that. I'm just going to hate that. Hate it. Hate it.
They will have it in their drafts already, won't they?
Yeah.
Of course they will. Of course.
Oh, they do.
There's no majestic Martial is just prepared to stat pad likes hate tweet for Liverpool.
If I see, I've blocked him, but if I see one tweet from CFC Mod ever again, it will just infuriate. I hate that bloke. Honestly, he can get in the mud, and he's got all his little army after. Honest to God, I'm mudded. I'm mudded for it.
Yeah, I had 2-0 as a clean sheet. I'm hoping that we can limit Maja, Lookman, Tekadova Reed has most goals for them. The Premier League this season. I'm gonna say that we're gonna score a set piece goal. We're gonna get a ball whipped in by Roberts, and it's gonna be knocked home by Reece Williams.
Oh mate, I go mental. All the people shitting on Reece Williams,
and it's gonna be Shaq. Who's
honestly go. Shaq.
Or it's just gonna be Milner.
I think it's gonna be a 50-yard. It's gonna be a 50-yard banger from Nico. Right into the top, top like that.
Like SCN style, just stride into it and just.
I hate football Twitter, so if we can ratio them in any way, they can get in the mud. Sorry if any of you out there are football Twitter, but I hate you.
Yeah.
You definitely can't. It's not a fun place when you're in this mode. Like you love to dish it out, but when you have to take it, it's just kind of like let's log off for a bit. Let's not get too much of the negativity. I mean, it's early. It's a different kickoff time than we've had in a long time. I know this personally because you probably tell from the sound of my accent that it is very early here in the States. But I'm excited. I'm just hoping that I'm not going to have to go back to bed at like 11 a.m. because that's not going to be fun.
But hey, if we lose, at least we have the early kickoff time to blame.
We are slandering people. We are slandering people. Any last thoughts before we hop off?
Right. My thoughts are everyone. If you do see anyone preparing any posts, mud them because we are going to win today. We've got to have positivity, and you'll never walk alone up the Reds. So I'm channeling my inner Matty here. We're going to win 7-0, boys.
Yeah, Matty. He'll be on the post with us. No, go. No.
Oh, he's back.
Oh,
we were afraid for a second that we were going to lose you again. What are your last thoughts, Chedu?
Never. I'm never going to leave again. So my final thoughts are just don't worry about the defense. Don't slander any other boys. Just believe in them. We're gonna win. You know what? I'm gonna change my prediction. I'm gonna say 9-0 by halftime.
Yes.
So yeah, we're winning this game.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The thing is, Chuckle, he does feed kids, so I think he's allowed to slander his own captain.
That's true.
Sorry. Sorry, I've just seen that comment.
And I mean, when your captain is Maguire, the bar is set quite low either way. So,
And you know what? Even if the match is a defeat before kickoff, 30 minutes after kickoff, we could have a Steven Gerrard better than Frank Lampard in Scholes. He has a managerial.
Shall I wear a Rangers top if they win the league?
yes.
Afterwards.
Don't
Yes.
Don't jinx these.
Yes.
No, I'm talking about after the game. I'm talking about after the game, post match.
Yes.
If we lose this match after the match, let's just talk about Rangers.
Yeah.
Go talk about Liverpool. We're Rangers transfer room now.
Rangers transfer room, bro.
Anyways, Diego Yota in the line for the first time in what feels like forever. Kaitis in the starting line for the first time. It feels like forever. 30 minutes from kickoff. I hope all of you watching have a great time watching. I hope you have a fun performance to watch. But yeah, we'll be back. Chedu, you're on the post, correct?
Yes.
All right, it's gonna be us three plus Matty, Orm. So make sure you'll be able to join us right after kickoff. It's gonna be a fun discussion. We're gonna talk about a win.
I'll hula hoop if we win again. I'll do it.
Putting that energy out there, putting the positivity out there. Chris will hula hoop. So Yoda's getting a hat trick just to see that happen.
Yeah, boy.
The players now have something to fight for.
Make sure to subscribe on the YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook. Is it likes on Facebook? I haven't been on
it's live on Facebook. Yeah, go like
Go like on Facebook if you're on from Facebook. But you'll never walk alone. The title charge starts.
Go on a title charge.
I mean, if City lose all of their games and we win all of ours, I'm just saying.
Then we'll come 7th.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough.
This has been the LFC Transfer Room for Chedu, Chris, and myself, Jack. Enjoy the game today. We'll see you after.